Hello friends. This is so weird, I've never done this in English. So I wanted to just explain a few of the Zentangle patterns that I'm going to be teaching that I hope that you guys enjoy. I just find it really just a great deal of relaxation, and it's just nice to just sit and produce something but feel like, I don't know, I guess it's like crafting if you knit something or whatever, just having that repetitive motion that's making something. And that's what the idea of Zentangle is the Zen is like this kind of meditation through repetitive patterning, and then the tangle is the drawing part. So one note is that one of the fun things I think as you do this is just the enjoyment of like figuring out what you like to draw. For example, I really like swirly. I like circles and loops and things like that. So a lot of times that's what I do with my Zentangles, and I wish I had a camera that was up above, but I don't. So I'm going to explain the basics of Zentangle. So first of all, I have a Zentangle tile here, and I will have these on Tuesday. So what you start out with is first you can just like start out with creating a border. So a lot of times you'll just do like, so you can see this. So you would just do like a dot at all four corners. Okay. And with Zentangle, it's not supposed to have any particular meaning. Like the names of Zentangles are chosen because they are. At least true Zentangle is just about the patterning, which is kind of a relief. It kind of releases you from it having to have all this deep meaning, because I think meaning is in what we do anyways. So it will have meaning, it's just maybe you don't know what it is yet. So I think that's something really important to say, because I think sometimes I get lost in like it needs to have some intention, and I think that comes through. All right, so, So then you start out with just your 4 points. I don't know if you can see that, just pencil. And then you draw what's called a string. So the string is just gonna set up places that you'll do different Zentangle patterns within. So I often, like I said, I like swirlies. So there's mine. You can see that. All right, and then I'm gonna just show you several of my favorite Zentangles. So let's start out with, oh darn it, I don't have I did that master one that I posted online because I wanted to do the ones I felt most familiar with, because I'm always trying different patterns. So sorry, let me just find this really quickly. Okay, so there was this one I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one here. I cannot remember the name of it at the moment, so I will figure out the name and let you know. But this one, it looks so beautiful and intricate, and it's very simple. So you just choose one of your borders that you would like to do that pattern in. So I'm going to just pick this middle one, and then let's see if you can see. And then you just draw a circle, and then a few more circles around it. Okay, so then there's that. And then I'm just going to do that again over here. And I was playing around with this morning, and I thought one thing that was really interesting is that my pen stroke changes based on the direction. So I was doing something from like towards the pattern, and then I started doing it away from the pattern, and it changed the smoothness and the feeling of the piece. So if you see there, and I'm not really liking that first one, so I'm just going to add another little one inside of it. I feel like it looks a little bit empty. So you can see there. And then, so I'm going to do another from this other side here, because I want to have some bi-directional things happening. And really it's just up to you what you pleases your eye, and what you feel like you're able to do with your hands. So as you can see, like I can talk and I can be thinking and doing other things whilst I'm working on this. So yeah, it's really simple. So there's that one. I'm gonna go on to another one, and then I'll fill it in and I'll show you the completed piece at the end. And so what I was talking about bi-directional, or going from different strokes. So right now I'm just going in a circle pattern like this, if you see. So I've just swooped around, and then I'm just continuing that. You can get different feels if you were to go like this and then like this. it might look differently, which is really fun. So I really like the kind of accented darkness in the middle you get from kind of just continually doing that pattern. All right, so there's that one, and don't remember the name, so I will figure it out and tell you. All right, one that I do remember the name of, and I just love saying it, it's called Mooke. It's M-O-O-K-E, I think. And that one is right, oh, is that one on here? Hold on. That one is this one right here, which is different from this one. So this is Mooke here. I'll show you this. I love this one because it's really versatile and you can cover a lot of your paper if you want to. So I'm actually going to do Mooke right here. So this one looks complicated, but it's pretty easy. So what you do is you just start at the top. I hope you can see this. And then you just swirl around and then just make that end point and follow in on itself. You can see. So I just drew out and then drew the point and then follow the line of that inward. And again, I'll teach this, but I just wanted so you guys feel comfortable and so we don't take up all the time me teaching this, but I can refresh and everything. Okay, then you just follow that around and you do the other side. So it can be heart shape, it can be whatever shape you want it to be. So see, I came back around and then I'm gonna follow that back in and then I'm just gonna keep doing that and it'll get smaller. So, can you see that? So then I'm gonna just bring that around. And the thing about this one is and that's actually the thing about most of the tangle patterns, is it's not very impressive, just one of them. But when you get the whole pattern going, it's just beautiful. And it's so much more than just one line. You know, it's just more than you would think. So I do really like tangling, which is why I'm doing it. So you can also do some, like, I don't know if you can see, it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have to be heart shaped. It can come in on itself. So there's an example of Mooke. And then I'll fill that in and I'll show you this whole piece. Okay, so those are two of my favorites that I feel like are very simple but create really beautiful results. Another pattern that's really common is you usually will do a grid with your pencil and then you will erase it at the end, so then you just have all these beautiful Zentangles all together and it creates this one giant piece. So I'm going to actually create a grid pattern because a lot of Zentangles use a grid pattern. So I'm going to do one of my favorites that I first learned called Lace, and I learned it from the Zentangle pattern book, and I think it's just called Zen Doodling actually. So it's like a variation on Zentangling. So I created this grid here, and now I'm going to use that grid to create a pattern, a repetitive pattern within it. So this is a really simple one. You just do 3 dots on each side. Like that. And again, remember how I said I really like curves. I don't like straight lines. And some people might love them. Like if you're a mathematician, maybe that's something you really like. But I do love like how you can find things that connect with the Zentangling. Like whatever you do on one side, you do on the other. So it's very mathematical to create a pattern that is pleasing to the eye. So it's kind of cool. So we've got our dots there. And then I'm just going to do a little, I don't know how to describe it, but a little swoop, I guess, if you can see. So I just outlined, I did little points, basically little U's around each circle and connected them. So, and one of the things I love to do with my grid lines, because I don't like straight, so I like to make them maybe go off into a vanishing point, so just make them go smaller. I like them to be strange sizes because I think that really makes the design pop off of the page. So yeah, I don't know if you can still see. So again, here I'm doing a U, and then I just do a U around each dot. And then another fun thing you can do with this design is color in the inside, and that looks really, I don't know, it's one of my favorites. I really enjoy this one. So one of the neat things about like hardcore Zentanglers, they actually will make their own patterns up. Or I think it's amazing how there are patterns everywhere we go. I mean, things that we think are beautiful, their patterns. Like I adore this shirt, and so just like I now look at the pattern, like how could I create that pattern? Or you'll see things that draw your attention often are these really intricate or even just very bold patterns or things like that. I think it's really fascinating how we are drawn to that, I think. So anyways, I think that's probably good for now. Those are 3 Zentangles, the laced mook, and I will have to remember what this one's called. So there you go. I hope that helps, and I hope you feel free to play around with it. Again, the string that I used, it's not supposed to be anything, but you can do something if you want. You can like I did an outline of an elephant and then filled it in with a tangle. Oh, I didn't want to show you tangles at first because I don't want you to be intimidated, because really it's just, you can actually see the tangles then within. So you can see this is a tangle, and this is a tangle, and this is a tangle. So there's all these different patterns within one piece. This is another one. I really love this one, and this is very simple. Maybe I'll show you this one. I cannot remember this one's name, but let me show it to you. It's really easy. You just do, the same, pretty similar motion. You just draw a circle, or you can make it tear-shaped, whatever. Okay, so you draw a circle, and then you just fill in one side. You can make it like tear-shaped. I like to make it tear-shaped, and then you just draw in after that. So if you can see there. And then you just do continual circles around that. And again, I love this art form because if you make a mistake, you can just fix it. And it can create some variety and interest, and you can work on balance and form and play with all those things, and it's very, I feel, accessible. It's not intimidating or scary. I think when you see the finished product first, maybe it's a little scary because you're like, whoa. But I think almost anyone can draw lines, and that's really what it requires. So that's what it looks like. So pretty simple. And then as it builds, and then you can also work with shading once, and none of these are shaded, and oh, this one is shaded. So let me show you this one. It just helps create some more depth. Okay, so there's those ones, and then here's another one. I really like these patternings. And then finally this one. So, and I could teach this one as well. That one's pretty simple and fun. So anyway, so I hope that this is helpful, and I hope you're excited for some doodling while we have wonderful conversations. So have a great day. Bye.